Blackpink star Jennie makes history as her latest single debuts. Blackpink's Jennie is no stranger to the Billboard charts, having already landed several hits as both a soloist and a member of one of the biggest girl groups in the world. This week she manages a new milestone with her latest single, making her debut on a relatively fresh tally. As she does so, she joins a very exclusive group of South Korean artists who have found success on Billboard's latest ranking. Jennie's new single Extral, a collaboration with rapper Doechii, opens at number 6 on the Hot Dance Pop Songs chart. The list ranks the most consumed tracks in the US that fall under the dance pop category, based on a combination of streaming sales and radio airplay. Extral L is Jennie's first hit on this ranking, as none of her previous solo efforts have landed on the tally before, though that's not too surprising, given the fact that the list is only a few weeks old. It also serves as the only song she currently has on the tally. Though given her star power, it wouldn't be surprising if more of her tracks eventually make their way onto the list in the coming weeks. As Extral L launches, Jennie becomes just the second K-pop female soloist, a musician typically associated with the genre, to land a hit on the Hot Dance Pop Songs chart. The only other musician to achieve this feat is her fellow Blackpink member Lisa, who reached as high as number 2 earlier this year with Born Again. Lisa's track, which features Doja Cat and Ray, is still performing well, though it's now started falling on the chart. This frame Born Again dips from number 2 to number 8 in its third week on the roster, making room for new arrivals like Jennie's latest single. Jennie is now part of a very small club of K-pop acts that have landed on the Hot Dance Pop Songs chart. With her arrival, only 5 South Korean artists have placed on the tally so far. The first K-pop musicians to appear on this list came from the boy band Big Bang. Member G-Dragon, Taeyang, and Daesung made history when their song "Home Sweet Home" debuted at number 15 earlier this year. The track spent just one frame on the ranking before disappearing. Beyond her success on the Hot Dance Pop Song star, Jennie is performing well across the Billboard rankings this week. Extral L launches inside the top 10 on 3 different lists, showing that she is major force on all the company's dance-focused tallies. The track debuts at number 3 on the Dance Digital Song Sales chart, meaning it's one of the best-selling dance tracks of the week. It also arrives at number 6 on Dance Streaming Songs ranking, proving that fans are pressing play on the cut in large numbers on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Lisa's alter ego debuts at number 1 on Top Album Sales chart. It's the Blackpink member's first full-length studio release. Lisa's first full-length studio album Alter Ego debuts at number 1 on Billboard's Top Album Sales chart. The set sold 28,000 copies in the US in the week ending March 6, according to Luminate. Lisa is the second member of the quartet Blackpink to notch a solo top 10 on top album sales, following Rosé's Rosie, which hit number 3 on the list dated December 21, 2024. Blackpink itself has logged 3 top 10s, including 2 number 1s, the album and the Born Pink. During the album's release week, Lisa performed on the Academy Awards, taking part in a tribute to the music of the James Bond film series, where she performed Wings, Live and Let Die. She recently made her acting debut in the third season of HBO's The White Lotus. Lisa's alter ego is the lone debut in the top 10 on the latest top album sales chart. Notably, a third member of Blackpink could capture her first entry on the chart next week, as Jennie's Ruby was released on March 7. Also, Lisa's alter ego debuts at number 7 on Billboard 200. Lisa is opening at number 7 on this week's Billboard 200 with alter ego. The Blackpink staple's debut solo studio album earns 45,500 equivalent album units in its first week, including 28,000 in album sales, 16,500 in streaming equivalent album units, and 1,000 in track equivalent album units. She becomes the second member of her girl group to chart in the top 10 following Rosé's Rosie in December 2024. Elsewhere on the chart, Kendrick Lamar's GNX returned to number 1 on its third non-consecutive week, followed by Party Next Door and Drake, Some Sexy Song for You at number 2, Tate McRae at number 3, SZA at number 4, and Sabrina Carpenter at number 5. Making up the bottom half of this week's top 10 are Bad Bunny at number 6, Chappell Roan at number 8, Morgan Wallen at number 9, and The Weeknd at number 10. Blackpink's Rosé matches Jung Kook's historically lengthy radio win. Rosé is smack dab in the middle of another very big week on the Billboard charts. Her name can be found across multiple rankings, but her performance on one radio-focused tally is especially notable. The Blackpink singer claims two spaces on the adult pop airplay chart, and both of the tunes that find spaces on the ranking manage to make history on different ways. Apathy remains Rosé's biggest hit, not just this week but of her entire career. This spring the collaboration with Bruno Mars climbs to number 5 on the adult pop airplay chart. It steps up from number 7, establishing a new all-time best showing. This week is special for Apathy not just because of where the tune lies on the adult pop airplay ranking. The cut has now lived on the airplay tally for 18 weeks, which helps it tie a very special all-time record. With 18 frames now spent on the adult pop airplay roster, Apathy matches Too Much by the Kid Laroi, Jung Kook, and Central C as the longest charting hit of all the time by any K-pop soloist. That term can be defined as any musician working on their own who is typically associated with K-pop. Both Rosé and Jungkook scored their massive wins on the adult pop airplay ranking with tunes not classified as K-pop, though most of those musicians' output does fit under that general label. It's likely that in just a few days Rosé will break her tie with Jungkook. The BTS soloist fell away from the adult pop airplay chart after 18 weeks, but Rosé's Apathy is performing better than ever before. It seems unlikely that it will disappear when Billboard refreshes the ranking next week. Three songs are tied for the record for the most time spent on the adult pop airplay chart among K-pop acts: Dynamite by BTS, My Universe by Coldplay and BTS, and Cupid by 50/50 all managed 20 stays somewhere on the tally. Rosé's Apathy will almost certainly match that record and could easily surpass it, as it seems like it will live on for some time to come, considering the fact that a drop from number 5 outside the top 40 in just a few frames would be very, very odd. As Apathy makes history, Rosé debuts her wins on the adult pop airplay chart. Toxic Till the End, another single taken from the superstar's solo album Rosie, debuts on the list this frame. It comes in at number 40, in last place, and gives Rosé her second career placement. Jisoo is officially set to dazzle the Manila crowd this week. This March 14, 2025, the Blackpink member is bringing her light love action Fanmeet tour to Manila, marking her highly anticipated return to the Philippine stage. The forthcoming event will be the perfect opportunity to experience Jisoo and her artistry like never before, offering Filipino fans a chance to establish a deeper connection with the singer-actress.